every single May since 2020, I've been doing something called May Sketch a Day. That's where I make a sketch every single day of the month. Most of them were full color sketches, some were just doodles. I did miss a few days. It's okay, I was going to try and draw every day of the month, but missing one or two was not going to make me give up. The whole point of this was just to get in the mindset of making something every day. I knew going into this that some sketches were going to be bad, and I was going to have to force myself to do them, but that's okay. Some of them were good when I forced myself to do it. What matters is that I did them. Alright, here's day one. I think it's kind of interesting how there's a castle in the background. These trees actually look pretty good. Actually, I'm surprised how well these rocks in the foreground look. Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. Day two. I don't like this one very much. I did not spend very much time on it. Maybe like 20 minutes just by looking at it. Some people sit by a campfire. I don't like it. This one is a lot better. I had a lot of fun playing with the color. Having kind of a light source coming down below. I like this one a lot. I like the lines I get in there too. This one I was just going crazy. Just throwing stuff down. Seeing what happens. It's kind of interesting. I like all the strange colors in here that you wouldn't say are normal. Kind of more sci-fi, alien-like. I'd say it's fun. I wouldn't say it's exactly good, but this one I really like the neon colors in the mountains. Very similar to the one I did day two. Sometimes that's how it is. Here's one here, day 6. I didn't really have an idea what I was gonna do, so I just did some thumbnails and sketches, and that's ended up pretty much what I did for the day. Well, they are sketches, obviously, but this one I was playing around with more of a line art, like a messy line art style. Not style, but I would clean it up and make the lines a little neater. Kind of a line art style. Kind of did the same thing here. It's forest, and I still have a hard time drawing forest scenes. Better at drawing trees like straight up by themselves, but still have a hard time with forest scenes. So I do a few of those this month. This one I just kind of like exaggerating some mountains. This one I wasn't really sure what I was doing. He's trying to go for more of a tropical thing with some strange looking structure. I don't use enough structures in my paintings to tell more of a story. This one I'm just like, I'm painting mountains today, and that's what I did. This one's like, I want a big tree in the mountains. This was one of those days where I just forced myself to sit down and do something. And those tend to be the days where they aren't as good. But there was a few days I forced myself to do stuff, and it surprised me how well it came out. This one is just an example of one of the bad ones. This one I was trying to play around with perspective. Some structures in here. Trying to put in like a city, bridge. I like how the colors are kind of coming up from the bottom, kind of a gradient almost. I like it. And it's nothing crazy, nothing that good or interesting, but I like it. This one I played around some more line art type stuff and the different lighting. I tried to do a different lighting style, which I like, and I think I'd probably revisit this type of process again. Maybe I'll make a video on that. This one, definitely heavily inspired by Zelda Tears of the Kingdom that just came out. I think it came out. It's already out after this. So I was just thinking of the Sky Islands are kind of cool, and they're kind of yellowish, orangish, golden color. I just liked it. Then here's another forest sketch. I don't think this was my plan for the sketch a day, but what came out, and I was just drawing some trees because I know how to do that. Did that. There's one I had a few I did a reference or some. It wasn't a straight study, but I had a few references that I kind of combined and made this composition. This, I'm just like, I'm doing some crazy spiky thing today. And I think it was just what I'm like, I'm just going to draw whatever I want. I don't care. I don't care if it's objectively good. Here's another study one I did. This was a study. I was trying to be loose with my studies. Or, not study, but when I didn't really know what to do, I just cut out some references and I just kind of recreated some of them. More stylized studies. This is kind of one of those medium ones. 23. I like the idea here, but the colors aren't very good. Like the idea of having like this big pond thing with a stone or monument or monolith type thing in the middle. It's a good idea. It's the idea. I like the foundation of this here. The whole background could be whatever, but it's mostly the inside. It kind of makes like a clock almost. I wanted to just put a castle up teetering on a mountain because I thought that was kind of a cool idea. Here's another study. It's semi-study. I was just taking some of the ideas from some photos I had. I'm painting a big mountain, an epic looking mountain, because I like epic looking mountains. This one was really cool. Started out with a small drawing, and my forests are actually looking better now. Had some references off to the side, but I like drawing a big tree and then just everything else around it. I didn't fill out the full screen of it either because I kept expanding it. This one was cool. I started off with just some imaginative sketch out of my head, and then I went and got some references to help with the foreground and filling out these rocks. I like the big tower here. This one, I think this one is kind of one of those transformative ones where it looked completely different from when it started. Like this forest wasn't even here. It's just like just a boring rock cliff thing. But I brought the perspective more to ground level. So you're looking up more. That's kind of where it started too, so. This one was really fun. I just throwing down color, being just going crazy with different textures. Not a lot, but a little crazy. And then I kind of like figured it out from the chaos. This is the last one that I did today, and I don't really like it that much. There's some things that I like in it, but some stuff, not so much. Like the water and the clouds, I always like. Rock face to the sides, okay. These floating rocks are fine, but I kind of just threw them in there so I'd have some type of focal point to look at. Show you some of my extra drawings that I can fill in for my missing days. I was just experimenting with texture, and then I drew boxes because that's just a good exercise to do. There's kind of more of a crazy abstract looking painting. I think I should do more stuff like this, because I had a lot of fun doing this, and this was like, didn't take very long to make this one. But yep, those are my sketches for the month, for May Sketch-A-Day. This one's the best one still. The first one's the best, which I find hilarious. And yeah, that's what I did. It's nothing too exciting for this episode, for this video, but I hope you guys liked it. I had a bunch of ups and downs through the month, like I do every year. I think there was, in 2021, I was experimenting with shorts and doing a bunch of May Sketch-A-Day shorts then. If you want to go check those out. But I kind of cringe at them a little bit. Whatever. They're meant to be quick. They're not meant to be polished, finished paintings. And this kind of shows like things that are work in progress. And I'll probably end up finishing some of these videos or some of these paintings because I just like them so much. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.